Today we are playing a reanimation build in mono white, and yes, you heard that correctly. I said mono white, and that's because Spider-Man gave us arguably one of the coolest and unique creatures in white that opens a whole new door for the color. And this creature was highly requested that I play, and you guys were absolutely right. This thing was awesome. Guys, today's deck list was built around one of the most highly requested cards on this channel ever, and that's the brand new Spider-Man card, Verilax, also known as Anti-Venom. A lot of people really love this card. It's a big fan favorite, and I know why. It's a really cool card. It does a lot, but with the devotion being 5 to white, it's a pretty tough card to build around, making its mana cost pretty difficult. So today's deck, we went with full mono white. I know there are better versions that you could probably end up doing with this card in like Orzhov and stuff, but I just did Orzhov with Ketramos and things like that. So I didn't want the deck to just be an exact, you know, carbon copy paste of that deck and then just throw this in there. I wanted to make something brand new. So we went mono white today, and we're actually reanimation with like our main game plan, which is really weird to say in mono white. But we are going to be doing some discarding from our hand with things like Collector's Vault. We can actually discard cards out of our hand, draw more cards, get the treasures, ramp our way into that Verilax, and eventually reanimate some stuff, because Verilax does bring something back from the graveyard to the battlefield. And we do have things like the doll as well, same sort of thing. It's a mono white creature that can you know, get something to the graveyard, draw you another card. Those types of things are very important for the reanimation piece. Now, some of the things we're going to be reanimating today, the most important, Summon of the Nights round. This one is going to get us a ton of tokens, and there's going to be a lot of token synergies here today, but also there's an indestructible synergy. That's actually really important to the build, is that a lot of these things like Summon of the Nights round and our Primal Dawn here, they all have indestructibility. And the reason why I wanted indestructible creatures is because with the Verilax, there's a really cool card that you can run onto it, which is Chosen by Valgavoth, which can absorb all the damage you take from an opponent and works really well against aggro decks, right? And it's just going to stack 1/1 counters on your Verilax. It's going to absorb all the damage you're taking, and it's eventually just going to be able to run over the opponent. And they're going to be locked out of the game a lot of the times if they don't have the proper removal. If you don't have, if you go against somebody who has good removal for Verilax, you can actually just put this on something with indestructibility, and you're good to go there, and you're basically locking them out of the game. So this card is really important for those types of creatures, so I leaned heavily into the indestructible plan, but mostly the token plan, Caretaker's Talent, you know, the usual stuff. The deck, guys, it performed pretty well. It's not a world beater. It's not a deck that you're gonna, you know, just tear through the ladder with. I got from like 89% to today, I think 93 with it. There were a lot of games pre-recording that I played up until like 91 or 92%. And I had ups, I had downs. I was you know, changing the deck in and out and moving pieces around. This is the best I think I've gotten it. And it's not bad. It's not bad at all, I would say. But Verilax, a very fun creature. Again, probably lean more Orzhov if you want a more competitive version of this deck. But I really enjoyed the mono white version. So hope you guys enjoyed the video for what it is. And we're going to jump right into it. Enjoy. Peace. All right, here we go. We're finally playing some Verilax or Anti-Venom. And this opening hand, man, not the start we wanted. I mean, it looks really good if we get like a land and like a vault or something to drop off one of these big things. I don't know if this hand works though. See, this one's a lot better because we have the vault on 2, which can start, you know, searching for things and dropping cards off from our hand. So we will keep it. Oops. All right, let's go. Caretaker's Talent was a nice touch there too to have in the hand. We get a Verge. No, that's a Multiversal Passage. What am I saying? Multiversal Passage, choosing planes. Why did I think that was a Verge? We are white and blue. Okay. There is a world where I probably just activated the vault there and then maybe got super lucky and top decked a big bomb to put in the yard, but I guess in hindsight, looking at it now, we made the right choice. All right. I don't really love the opponent's matchup here for us because it might be just full on control with a lot of sweepers and stuff. We do have indestructibility though, which is good. That could help out a lot, obviously. But the Verilax itself not going to be super great here. That normally would be a very good target for us to take with the Varelax, but in this case, not really. Looks like we're going to go with the Overlord instead. Get lost? It is a get lost. Okay, sure. Sure, let's now find out whether or not the opponent has the sweeper. I'm sure they do. I mean, we're going to try anyways. We're going to try it anyways, because who's not going to take a free Overlord out of the yard here, you know? I completely expect us not to have a field here in a second. There it is. All right. Let's keep on trying. Keep on trying. Keep on trucking along. Seam Rip definitely not going to be a relevant card here. Alrighty. At least we got another card draw engine, which is pretty huge against a control player, you know? Eventually they'll run out of, you know, counters and sweepers and stuff, and we'll be able to get going here. And once we find our indestructibility too, it's going to be really, you know, really good to go. Okay, let's just play one of these guys. Land can go. Play another one and draw a card. Get lost. Actually pretty good here. Want to blow up the Overlord eventually, right? So these guys do fly though. I don't have any flyers out there because they took care of my Overlord, and I do get it back though because it didn't go to exile, so I can just reanimate it again. Or I can bring in Bahamut and I could blow up the Overlord that way, and it would be also a 9/9 flyer, but I would imagine spot removal would be ready to go. All right, we're down to 16. That's fine. Elspeth? Split up. Honestly, if they're going to waste a split up on two little guys like that, that's a big win for us. That's pretty huge. Man, I guess the land's got to go, right? Obviously. I don't know why I struggled with that one. All right, I really do want to get more card draw down here. I got plenty of treasures, so let's do this. Let's draw two more cards. And we get a Vault and a Fountain Port. Okay. All right, which one do we reanimate, guys? I mean, that's the big question of the day. It's like, do we go for the Overlord, which is huge value for us in the long run for creating tokens over and over again? Summon Bahamut to blow up the Overlord and have a flyer as a blocker. I think the right choice here, honestly, is to get down the Overlord again, because it'll force another situation where they have to play a sweeper, right? And I do have a get lost for the Mistmoors if, you know, if I need to answer it later. So let's see what happens. Interesting. They're just sending it in, which means it's probably another split up or something like that. A third split up is crazy here. Day of Judgment makes sense. Okay. Honestly, I can accept that a lot more than I can accept another split up. That's for sure. All right, here we go. At least we're outdrawing them by a lot. I could use that actually. Let's just drop this off. We are definitely outdrawing the opponent. Let's get down another Caretaker's Talent here. Wish they would have used the Fountain Port for some of that, but that's okay. Draw 3. And we get another Varelax. Beautifully done. Let's go. And we're gonna get ourselves a... This time, you know what? I think it is the Bahamut. No, I think it's still the Overlord. This is just going to come in this next turn. Yeah, this is still the Overlord. Bahamut, it's such a great reanimation target, but weirdly enough in this game, it just doesn't have too many permanents I'm wanting to destroy, and us having a get lost in hand has been kind of a big factor in this too. Tapping very specific mana here to leave out some white sources. Oh, they're looking for a split up. They're looking for a split up or some sort of Day of Judgment, something that, you know, has double white commitment to the mana base, because they tapped very specifically for that. Did they find it? I really got to find an indestructible creature. I don't know why it's so hard for us to figure this one out, but we've got a couple of them in there. Summon the Night Round would be awesome. It's a little late now though, because all of our reanimation tools, 1, 2, that's our 3rd reanimation creature already being used. All right, we'll draw some cards. That's nice. And that's the end of their turn, I'm assuming, or unless they have like a consoles or a seam rip or something. Looks like they got something. Nothing? All right, here we go. Take that out. All right, not the card I was looking for. Let's start by drawing a card. That would be normally that'd be a really fun card, but in this matchup, not really. There's an Elspeth. Now that's really fun. Let's just create more tokens for now and then pump the field. And then next turn I give everything flying if everything's still alive, of course. And we send everybody. Could use some of these map tokens, I guess, but I'm gonna just keep them there. I don't want to eat up a treasure for that. All right, GG's. I mean, it was a hard fought battle, grinder, but you know what? We got through it. It was a control player, and we happened to have our 3 Caretaker's Talents, which I think was honestly the difference maker. So GG. All right, here we go. We're going to win first. Hand looks great. Got a way to drop off the Mistmores here. Got some early interactive pieces. Loving it. Okay, Orzhov. Are we life gain Orzhov, or what are we doing with this Orzhov deck here? I'm gonna start it off though with a doll. Let's go. Hello. You know what though? Hold the phone. I do have Caretaker's Talent. I may want to play the Mistmores for 4 here and just call it a day. I think I'm gonna drop Seam Rip, and I know that's a mistake because a lot of Orzhov decks, and I mean a lot of them, you want to exile these small little creatures. But I think Get Lost is a little bit more versatile, and I think it's a better card to keep overall. So we'll see what happens. The terminal or the terminus is kind of strange. What are we ramping for? Okay, we're doing Planeswalker stuff then, that's for sure. We've got a Planeswalker deck here, guys. Almost definitely. Oh, the Betrayal. So glad we didn't throw that into the yard. Could have been tragic. Could have been absolutely tragic. So I'm glad I kept Get Lost here, man, because again, it was a more versatile spell. The odds were not in my favor there. I think Seam Rip was the better card to keep for the odds, but it turns out, you know, keeping the more versatile card in this sense might end up working out pretty well for us, with it being maybe Planeswalkers. But they're ramping into Outrageous Robbery, which pretty strange too. All right, I'm gonna copy this, draw 2. And we get a big card there. Send everybody. I'm expecting a sweeper here for sure, even if it's one of ours, because they did just steal a lot of our cards. Sorry guys, I'm itchy all over. My allergies are crazy these days. Weather's getting really nice, which means allergies are popping up. All right, do I have a way to get anything into the graveyard? I don't think so. That's a bummer. All right, that sweeper was pretty brutal. Wish I had a fountain port, that'd be nice. I think that is my fountain port. Does it say owner Swayze? Let me see. No. That's my Knights of the Round. Well, that's a bummer. They couldn't have taken a better card from us. All right, that's a great card to find. Actually, very good card to find. Let's just do that. Let's do that on their turn. Draw 2. No, I might find something useful here. We'll see. Let's see. I want to drop this off. 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know. Do I want to drop this off or just play it straight up? You know, it's like, I don't know. Okay. That will have to do for now. I got a 6/6 body out there. That's kind of nice. About to have my own Summon of the Night round, which will help, you know, go toe to toe with that. Seam Rip's a good get lost target for us. Oh man, that's tough. Okay, I'm gonna have to blow that up instead. I cannot believe they're beating us with our own deck right now. That's annoying. Okay, so for sure we're blowing up this because that is too good. And we are gonna block here. And then we find ourselves in a little bit of a predicament here. Do we play out the knights? Or do we, what do we do here, man? What do we do? What do we do? Okay, land. Because I really want to play this, right? I really want to play this. Obviously want to attack to create some tokens maybe first before I do that. They're still going to activate another set of creature tokens though. If I play mine, I can copy one of the tokens and maybe combat against theirs, and then we can sweep the board next turn. Yeah, that might be the play. Let's see if they block actually with all three of these little tutus. Nice, we got another sweeper there. That's very helpful actually. Yeah, they do triple block here actually. Does that change anything though? I mean, it does give me a target for this to bring that back later, but I think no, I think we still play out this and we just pass the turn. Now we're ahead of them as far as like the knights triggering, I feel like. No, not really, but we can at least block as many as they spawn out. Oh, you're kidding me, man. An Ugin? Ugin, huh? Just another nasty problem I have to work around. Let's take you out, you out. Might as well. Might as well. Is there a way I can take these this Ugin out just with my flyers? Let's see. So four, and then 2. Okay, so we can pump these guys twice technically with this. So they would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They'd be each be a 6 power. I'd be taking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage back my direction. Or I could just get lost and then sweep the field. This is actually a really difficult turn for me here, guys, because I don't know how to like maximize the value of this play. I guess I'd have a 2/2 to block here because I'm gonna have to copy, right? Let's start with that. Okay, we draw a couple cards. Oh, they have a consoles out there. Nice. Didn't even notice that. Nice. It still stands that I can pump it twice and then swing through to take out Ugin. And then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm cutting it really close. They're tapped out though. I don't see why that wouldn't be the play. Because what it's doing is it's investing into the future of this game, right? By making all of my tokens absolutely massive. And I know I would go down to a very low life total, but with Authority of Consoles, we can get that back pretty quickly. And then we can allow them to do their little thing one more time with the Knights. And then I can maximize my Day of Judgment as well. I think that's the right play. Assuming they don't have another Ugin, of course. Okay, they definitely wouldn't have played that without playing Ugin first. So that's good. They scry to the top though. Yikes. And they draw the card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's Ugin. It's gonna be an Ugin. Or not. Or not. Is it a sweeper? It's gotta be something because you can't leave all these flyers out here unchecked, right? Now, I didn't anticipate being able to just win straight up with the flyers here, but it looks like we might be able to. We got what, 12, 18 damage right here? Yeah, that's not enough to close, but it puts them down to 1. Stealing more of my cards off the top here is so bad for us. What do I do, man? What do I do? How do I close this game out? We're so close, man. We're so close to just closing it out. Man. So I can bring back the Mistmoors. I think I'm gonna blow up their consoles first. I think I blow up their consoles first. All right. And then I swing 7-8. That's not enough though to do what I want to do. That's not enough to do what I wanted to do. Shoot. Okay. Down to 1, man. So close. So close to getting them out of here this turn. That's really, really bad. I wanted to play the Veralax. I don't know why in my head I thought I had the means to play Veralax, but this actually might work out in our favor because now that the Knights of the Round went through its full cycle, it's in the graveyard now, so maybe we can get it back. And they're forced to play my Elspeth. That's good. That's really good. Especially because I have a consoles and they don't. Fountain Pour to draw a card. Sure. What a game, huh? What a game. We get a Knights of the Round, guys. I kind of want the Flyers, right? That's kind of crazy, though. I mean, the Knights round is indestructible. I think that's the play. I wanted to get the Flyers. I thought about it. I'm like, this is going to give them flying, which is hard to beat, but I don't know. That would be kind of silly, I think, to play anything other than an indestructible creature. Excuse me. Sorry, I had a sneeze there. All right, we're ending the turn. Oh, man. Okay. What do you got for me? What do you got for me? Looking at their graveyard? Deadly cover up. Okay. Doesn't kill the Knights round, which makes me very happy. And they took all of my Mistmoors, which I only have one, so that's fine. Oh, you're kidding. I can beat that. I can beat that. I can beat that card. They say good game, but I don't know if that means they have a kill spell for the fish or not. I wish you could say thanks to nice deck, but you can't. Is that it? That's it, I think, guys. I think we got him. I think we got him. I appreciate the nice deck when they, you know, they almost beat me with my own deck. So they do know, they do know how good it can be because they almost beat me with it. They almost took my own cards and beat me over the head with them, but I was able to get out of that one with Fountain Pour, thank God. And on to the next one. Thank goodness. All right, we got the opponent going first this time. Our hand looks really good because we've got consoles into Collector's Vault, which opens up Caretaker's Talent card draw as well. Absolutely perfect. Blue lands are always scary. I hate blue lands. Oh no, are we doing Kona? We might be doing Kona. Yeah, it sure seems like it might be Kona. All right. Yep, there's the green. All right, so the only way for us to deal with Kona right now, okay, well that's annoying, is to have a get lost. Okay, so what are the odds of us finding... What are the odds of us finding the, Veralax here? Pretty low, right? I'm gonna take that because it gives their stuff, hexproof. And then we're gonna end the turn and just go for the vault trigger, drop off the summon, and hopefully find the Veralax. That's the goal. We're up against one of the faster decks in Standard, though, if they find it on the curve, which they didn't. That's good. Stock up. No Kona yet. That could have been right into an Omniscience on turn 4, which is always so much fun. Such a good time. Such good magic. Oh, no way we found it. Oh my god, we got the Veralax. Oh, but of course we missed the land drop. We get a third Collector's Vault. We were this close to actually, you know... You were this close, game. You were this close. You almost got there. Alright, pass the turn. Man, we almost pulled off the turn 4 Verilax on him. Dang, that would have been good. We need Get Lost so bad right now. So bad. Nothing? Alright, well, it looks like that's probably going to be a 3 steps ahead counterspell waiting for us now, so not good. Actually, what am I dropping that for? We don't need 3. We don't need 3 of these. I'm not playing Verilax, guys. I don't want to run it into a counterspell. That seems like a really not so smart idea. Three steps ahead, draw, discard. Is that what we're looking at here? Okay. It's a weird target, I feel like, out of the targets you could have chosen. They have another one? Okay, I was gonna say I would have wanted to get your maze thing back, but that makes sense. Yeah, I could drop another Volt here, draw a card. Day of Judgment, sure. I mean, this is kind of good after the fact, but they dropped a Kona. So that means they have one in hand. All right, GG's. GG's. Is it Omniscience? It's not Omniscience. You're saying there's a chance? You're saying there's a chance. Okay. I am down. I am down for that. Let's go. Yeah, let's get the vault back down. All right, we're still trying to just get that Verilax down next turn, but I have a feeling we're gonna go through this one more time. No? Okay, good. Good, good, good. If only we had gotten into our Summon the Nights round way earlier. Like, we could have had it like 2 or 3 turns ago, but we missed a land drop at the worst possible time, man. Just brutal. All right, expect some nonsense here from the opponent. As long as it's not the Omniscience, though, we're fine. Okay, here it comes. So we've seen 2 of them already, right? That's their 3rd one in the first 23 cards in their deck. There's the Omniscience. All right. That'll do it, guys. That'll do it. I'll give them just a few more minutes here, like just to see if they get going. If they find a couple more draw spells, it's gonna be done. Okay, they bounce things back. The Roiling Nightmare, my stuff. Okay, they just send my stuff back. I know the Nightmare and the Roiling Dragonstorm goes back because the region's a dragon. They draw, they discard. And here's the point. Here's the part of the game where the opponent just starts playing solitaire. I can't do it, guys. I can't. Omniscience has got to go. I'm sorry, it has got to go. I am so cool with Kona popping off and doing some crazy things. I'm cool with it, but it's got to be like your turn has to end in the first like 13 minutes. Like, I can't. GG's, I guess. All right, we're going first in this one. Sorry about that last game, guys. If you guys have been here long enough, you guys know I'm not a big fan of the Omniscience game plan. I think the card is really cool. I just think it's not good for standard to have it in there. I mean, we know this because, you know, you go back and you look at how it was broken before with Abuelo, and then they ban Abuelo pretty much, and it's like, I think they do that because it's like, oh, it's a Foundations card. They don't want it going anywhere for a long time and all this stuff. They don't want to ban anything in the Foundations set. But really, now Kona's doing the exact same thing Abuela was doing. It was potentially getting it down by turn 4 and having the opponent go infinite. It's the exact same thing. And so it's ruining, in my opinion, another really cool potential card like Kona that I would really otherwise have fun playing. I cannot get behind the game plan of the Omniscience. It's really corny to me, and it takes way too long to pull off. And so I get why people play it. It's a very good card, and again, I love the idea behind that card. The way it's played and cheated in, it's just too much, man. But hey, we got Verilax, and we're already going in there with the Summon of the Nights round. They say good game already. They're not conceding, are they? I hope not. Able to get the Verilax right on cue, turn 5. That's big. That is big. Can we get right back this win that we just lost? This game we lost, I should say. Relic again. I thought this was going to be a simulacrum synthesizer build, but when I saw the weapons manufacturing, I think we might be in the clear, but it's very likely they could still be running synthesizers. It's just a little less synthesizer heavy and more focused on dealing that damage through the manufacturing, which is still equally really bad for us. I kind of need I don't know, like a consoles maybe to gain us some life, but it doesn't really matter if it's just these artifacts that are dishing those dishing that damage out. Okay, no other plays. I do like that we got the collector's vault here. It's not exactly what we needed, but it's good enough. Gives me something to do every single turn and potentially ramp my way into a Bahamut. Because we got what, 4, 5, 6, about to be 7 mana here. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty close to pulling it off already. Get Lost is good. Actually, it's very good. That may be the nail in the coffin that we needed. Okay. Thank you. Is the opponent going to block? They draw a card if this dies, right? Yeah, it dies, they draw a card and gain a life. They're gonna force a tap here on the Verilax, it looks like. And then it's gonna have a stun counter. So they're gonna draw 2 cards. That's kind of a lot. And I would imagine they'd probably find a sweeper of some sort here. I'm guessing they're probably leaning more into things like, what is it, the Star Cage? Is it the Star Cage? If it is a Star Cage, we're gonna lose the vault and the treasure, which would be a bummer. Okay, they're gonna go get a reliquary and they're gonna take the summon of the Knights round, I would imagine. But eventually I will get the Bahamut down and I'll take that off the field. And it is a Star Cage. It's everything we thought they were gonna do. That's about right. Can't play the reliquary this turn though, but we are taking quite a bit of damage. Ooh, that's spicy, but unfortunately, this would normally be really, really good, but unfortunately for us, not so much here because the opponent is just gonna play the reliquary and exile whatever it is we attach it to. So maybe we, okay, hold on. Maybe we entice them then. How does this work exactly? Is it deal 2 damage? So it's deal 2 damage. I don't lose life. I actually get dealt damage. That's kind of important to the context of Verilax here because it's if I get dealt damage instead of, you know, or this card, I should say. It's when I'm dealt damage. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to attach this to Verilax. And the reason being is because that's going to entice them to use the reliquary on the Verilax instead. If they take the Knights round still, that's fine. That's probably the better play. But I'm going to be left with the Verilax out here kind of cooking. So we'll see what happens. They need a lot of help here. It's got to be like a Day of Judgment into the reliquary. So I'm guessing again, I don't think I'm going to see a Day of Judgment because I think they're really leaning into the Star Cage play here. But looks like they're just going to go double reliquary here. Is this a white source? Yes, it is. Okay, so they're going to take both of these guys then. So Caretaker's Talent to pump up my 2/2s or like an Elspeth to give him flying with 1/1 counters would close the game out. Is there a way for me to take the Star Cage? Oh, they have to sacrifice the Star Cage. Ooh, spicy. I just realized that. I forgot the reliquary requires a sacrifice. Interesting, okay. There goes the Verilax. Them prioritizing that is interesting. I thought for sure Summon of the Knights round would be the first one. It doesn't matter. They're taking both, but it just seems like that might have been one that they were scared of more for some reason. We drew the Caretaker's Talent, by the way, so should be able to pump the field here and just win the game. They do have 1 red source open. If it's like a Torch the Tower, I still think they're dead because they'd have to... Yeah, they don't have it anyways. Okay. GG's. We got him, guys. Caretaker's talents. We'll do the treasure. And then we'll pump the fields. That'll work. All right, GG's, man. GG's, on to the next one. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's a big win. We still haven't really gotten to use the Valgavoth Faithful too much, though. I would like to see that get some more play, but we'll see. All right, we got time for one more here, and this hand looks pretty good, actually. Not too bad. Got the Steam Rip, got the Get Lost early, get an interaction. The matchup is potentially blue. Okay, guess let's see what we draw here. Do we drop the Seam Rip though if we don't find anything big? Oh man, it could be Simulacrum Synthesizer, which Authority of Consoles could be pretty good for. That's a bad matchup though if it turns out to be that matchup. We'll see. They clearly have like a Flood Maw, I'm guessing. Okay, it's gonna be Izzet. Oh no, Seam Rip is good for Izzet too. Darn it. We may have made a mistake. That's okay though. Darn it. What's Pirates? It's not Vivi. There's something going for us there. It's not Vivi. All right, Caretaker's talent time, I think. Might as well. Maximize that mana consumption. Spyglass Siren. This is gonna be a tough one for sure. I definitely think I'm gonna need like a Day of Judgment, maybe. If I get the Verilax down though, we can, you know, absorb a lot of that damage and we're gonna be fine. And I think most of their removal is obviously gonna be burn spells and maybe a few bounce spells. So we should be pretty good. Should I be greedy here and go with another Caretaker's Talent, or if I hit a land, should I go Fountain Port to create a fish token and draw? I guess I'm going greedy. Caretaker's Talent it is. Need a land though. I need a land really bad. All right, we get another pirate that does what? Has haste, okay, and it says you may cast whenever you cast your second spell each turn, investigate. Okay, got it. Should I create some flyers or should I look to try to get this in the yard and bring it back with Verilax later? I think I've got to create the flyers, right? I think we just got to play a fair Magic game here. Let's not be too weird about it. Let's just play the spells as they come and, you know, block. It doesn't feel as good when you're not reanimating the Overlord for its full cost, but it's still fun to play for 4 and draw a couple of cards, you know? I can block the Malcolm pretty good. There's a couple more flyers in their hand here too. I'm still hoping that we can top deck that Day of Judgment though. I feel like that's going to be pretty useful for us. All right, what are they touching the Malcolm for? Ugh, I mean, it looks like they're struggling to figure out what to do here. That's a good sign, right? I mean, wait, hold on. What does that do? That gets a Chocobo token and deals damage. Create a green bird token with whenever land. Okay, so you just get the one. It's not like however many X. Okay, so they did have an on summon. I kind of felt that. I felt that vibe. All right, so we'll do that to start gaining some life back, and then we'll kind of decide at instant speed whether or not we want to play the Get Lost or if we want to create a Fountain Port token. Right now, I'm thinking Get Lost is gonna have to be the play. They're just doing way too good right now. Too much pressure right now. But these map tokens do kind of hurt us though by giving them the map tokens, huh? I'm just realizing that. That's pretty bad. But it is what it is. Yeah, we're gonna have to do what we gotta do, man. And that means giving them map tokens. You hate to see it. You do hate to see it. All right, the other counters are gonna go there. We're gonna do it again. At least they wasted a lot of those 1/1 counters they could have potentially had on them, you know? And now they can't put them on the Chocobo because it's not a pirate. I don't know, man. Without the sweeper, I just don't feel super comfortable. Like, I don't know if we're gonna be able to pull this off. The Drake is gonna get really big whenever artifacts leave the battlefield. So everything's kind of leaning into their favor right now as far as synergies go. Oh my god, thank you. Okay, thank you so very much, man. That was so clutch. Okay, that was so helpful. I can't even tell you. Can't even begin to tell you how helpful that was. So when this is done impending, I would imagine they're gonna hit us with like an on summon or something. Just keeping that in mind. All right, this is winnable now. This is definitely winnable. The consoles going off for us is really helpful to get us back into the game. And then, you know, there's no synergies between them getting these map tokens anymore. It's, I mean, still annoying they can put the counters onto the sirens with the map tokens and whatnot, but it's not nearly as dangerous as like every single one giving a counter to the Drake as well. I wish I had a big hit in the graveyard, but I just don't, man. They already play a land this turn? They did, okay. Lands are irrelevant off the top. So the more lands, the better here. Yes, keep them coming. Keep them coming. Yeah, I mean, let's go for it. Might as well. Hopefully we can top deck Valagavoth's Fateful. Oh, of course, now you want to show up. 5, 6. I mean, yeah, keep it in hand. You never know. You never know. I can create some flyers off of the Overlord, which is nice. The Whale, what does that do again? It says, you may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may, or as long as the Whale is attacked this turn, you may play the top card of your library. Okay. I mean, it's a 3/5 flyer. That's kind of scary. I don't have anything in the air yet, but hopefully with the Mistmores attacking in, we're going to be good there. Little stressful, can't lie. And they keep that, huh? Interesting. Wish I had a way to give Verilax flying. We'd be in such a good spot right now, but it's not how that works. I guess Elspeth could give it flying, actually. I do have something that could do that. All right, let's have some fun. Okay, some decent cards. Nothing crazy good, but some decent cards. We got the ability now to ramp into the summon next turn. I think I'm gonna create some tokens of these guys. That way I can block a little bit better. That seems good. I guess there was no reason to hold these guys back for defense. I'm really worried about like haste threats because I'm already at 8, but I do have the consoles, so I don't know why I left them back. I definitely should have sent them. On second thought, I definitely rushed that attack there. That was my bad. Clue tokens are gonna draw, it looks like. Is that the plan? They're just gonna kick the burst lightning for 4. That's pretty brutal. I respect it though. I respect it. That's tough for me. That's a tough predicament you put me in. These don't deal damage to me, do they? It does do damage to me. Unreal. Can you imagine this was a lightning strike and they hit me with that land? That would have been crazy. Are they going map to or clue token? They are. Okay, so they're looking for a card. I need to gain life, man, or else I'm cooked. Where's my life gain? Man, I need them to play some creatures or something. Yeah, I think consoles is the only means of life gain in my deck. I used to have Beza in this deck. I don't think I do anymore, right? Yeah, I definitely don't. took it out for the consoles because it was better for mono red and mono white matchups to have the consoles, and it's been really good for us. It really has. Do they attack? They don't attack. Okay. So we got 5, 6, 7, about to be 8, so we can play this if we want. I guess the door goes, right? Okay, we got a land and another land. Ugh. Okay, so if we full send here, what does that look like for us? Like if I pump the whole field and then full send, we've got these guys are gonna have to like block big here, right? Block here and here, and then 2 damage gets through, and then these guys would be what? They'd be 2, 4, they'd be 6 powered each. So they block here, here, and then one of these guys. So 2 and then 6, 12. I mean, that's lethal, right? It has to be. Has to be. I know I'm bad at math, but I'm not that bad at math, am I? I guess we're gonna find out just how bad at math I am. Pretty sure we got this though. Even if they crew the big guy, the results are the same. What does this even cost to crew, just out of curiosity? Only 1? Dude, crewing effects are so cheap these days. All right, I'm pretty sure that's gonna do it though, man. Another big win though. Not too shabby. I guess they wouldn't be blocking the Varelax here because it's actually one of the weaker creatures. All right, GG's, we got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Not a bad little run, not a bad little run. The deck is pretty cool. I didn't get to do exactly what I wanted to do, but it still felt pretty nice.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Swayze, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. Where's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap, yeah.